You went into his private journals you never read when he was alive, and you're using that content.
The NDA made my brother's life and experiences pretty much intellectual property.
He could have asked for
Intellectual property?
Why can't he talk to you? Y'all were so close, right?
He doesn't have to just...
No, y'all were so close, right? Why can't he talk to you?
I have been trying to release all this anger this whole time. I thought if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I thought I'd release all the anger out.
She's an evil woman.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So, as you guys can see here on the screen, we have, Steven Twitch Boss, who is, the guy that's there with the hat, who unfortunately unalived himself. I believe it was like maybe over a year ago. And then we have his widow, Allison Holker, who obviously he was married to. The two of them created like a brand together. They were both dancers. She was on Dancing with the Stars. He at point was on Dancing with the Stars. He used to work on the Ellen Show.
Hi, Twitch.
Hey,
Oh, yes.
How are you feeling right now?
This guy.
Feeling all of the things, but I think what I'm feeling most of all is grateful.
And the two of them, like...
The woman drive the man to off himself. I'm just guessing. It's a joke, but we'll see, okay?
Created this thing during, 2020 lockdown, in which they would dance together. They created like this whole family brand on social media. They had the kids involved, stuff like that. And it seemed like everything was all honky-dory, obviously, until it wasn't, right? When the news broke that he, was no longer alive and that it was, self-inflicted. It caused a lot of uproar, a lot of controversy, but a lot of people were just like, so saddened for, obviously, the people who would be grieving the situation, which would be his wife and his children. Now, recently, if you guys are unaware, she has decided to come out with a book. Now, in her book, on her book tour, she stated that basically, the reason for her creating this book was so that she can assist people to look for the signs of maybe if their spouse needs help while they're going through, mental health issues, or if there's things that she's overlooked, and also how people can get through the process of grieving their spouse. Now, of course, when people first heard about that, they were completely like, we understand what it is that you're trying to do. We understand the motive. We understand what you're trying to achieve. However, during her press tour, she started to
Listen, I don't know much about this. I just saw it and I'm like, let's see.
Reveal certain information about him that a lot of people felt like was stuff that should not have ever been released to the public.
Steven had addiction problems. I was able to help one, and I wish I could have been that for the other. But it's also not my job to do that.
Now, the main reason why, her talking about the fact that she cleaned out the closet and that they found, some of these hidden things, and that, he did, whatever the case is.
We were cleaning out the closet, and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in her closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue.
And the main reason why that caused a lot of controversy is because a lot of people feel like if he was going through something emotionally and he wrote things down in, his journal or whatever the case is,
he was going through so much and he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone, because he loved everyone so much.
And
I think that's fair, man. Don't tell your wife your secrets. She's going to use it against you, especially your weaknesses. She's going to use it against you. It's for you and God to figure out. I dislike that he hanged himself, which is sad, for use of words, sad, that you guys can relate to, because emotions, which you shouldn't have. But guess what? I understand.
You are now exposing that journal to the world. you are basically not keeping his privacy, right?
That's why I didn't tell her. The chance she gets, she's gonna use it to make some money. Well, he's dead. Might as well, right? Might as well make some bread off it. I'm just
you're
saying.
Not protecting his privacy. You're not protecting his name. You're not protecting his brand. And again, her idea of sharing this information to quote unquote help others is that she wants to use him as a symbol to put it all out there, so that maybe if somebody else is possibly in this situation with their spouse, that they can, look through these things or dig or whatever the case is to try to bring this stuff to the surface. My main thought when I saw some of this information going out there and a lot of people sharing their own opinions on social media was, as his wife, I believe that it says a lot if you are married to your spouse for such a long time and they do not feel comfortable coming to you or sharing certain conversations or problems that they have with you.
Bro, you're gonna tell a woman your problem. How is she gonna help you fix the problem? Man and woman, we all struggle with the same thing, but the woman is not equipped to handle a lot of pressure. She will fold. Keep your business to yourself. You're gonna tell her, she's gonna use it against you. I guarantee you. Guys watching this video, you tell your girl some things and she uses it against you. Drop it in the comment section, because you know I'm not lying. You know I'm not lying.
I think that speaks volumes.
From each other. I wish in that part of my life with him that he would have felt.
She seems like such a nice person. I can tell she's not a nice person. When someone pretends to be so nice, when someone wants to be so nice, they're the devil, man. They're the evil one. They're the evil one.
Comfortable asking for help, wanting to go to therapy, wanting to talk to his friends or loved ones or people he felt comfortable with about what he was really feeling.
In my opinion, I believe that it exposes a lot about their, relationship or the lack thereof. It exposed the fact that maybe, yes, they were married and they were two people who were in a relationship and they appeared happy on social media, but they were obviously two people who were living also different lives under one household. The unit and the portrayal of the unit that the two of them, put out there to the world, obviously that was not the case if he did not even feel comfortable in communicating with you.
I think he was all...
Welcome to the world where everyone plays a character. Welcome to the world, Miss Lady. If you didn't know this, everyone plays a characteristic. Even when their life is not going good in the background, they're going to portray a good life in social media, right? Fake life, not the real life, though. That's what I'm saying.
Always so strong for everyone. You wanted to continue to be that.
Now, I do also want to say that, as a spouse, especially as a woman, it's very important to create a space that your spouse feels comfortable enough, safe enough, peaceful enough that he can articulate all of his emotions and his feelings with you in any given time, right? There should always be a space that even if it's going to hurt your feelings or if it's something that you're not going to like to hear, that you have the floor open and you are willing, you have both ears open and willing to listen to whatever it is that he has to say. Now, does that mean that there's still not situations where maybe your spouse is unwilling to still share certain things or share certain information with you because maybe they're going through a dark space? Absolutely. Right? There's always going to be the window or the space for that for those things to occur. But in my opinion, you just want to, as a spouse, make sure that you are there with open arms at all times to be able to facilitate whatever it is that he's going to bring to you in a conversation. The reason why I'm saying that is simply because tWitch's brother actually ended up speaking up in regards to the situation and said that she was actually quite the opposite.
Before we even listen to that, let's talk about you open up to your woman and space and all this buzz crap words. Don't do that. How are you going to confide in someone that have feelings that feelings will change any given time? And women can't handle issues that men go through. Your issues with you and God. That's the only person that can take them away from you. God and yourself. He will help you take them away. But a woman, she's going to know your weakness. And she's going to use it against you. She's going to manipulate you. Especially when you open up with your feelings. What? Man shouldn't have feelings. That's a woman thing. Because guess what? The woman make the devil her God. She go into thoughts. Because, see, both of man and woman have been traumatized from birth by their mom, right? Because there wasn't a strong dad in the relationship to protect the kid from the mother. And this is all because of Adam and Eve back in the garden, when Eve ended up listening to the snake, which the snake is the thought. You go in your thought, you're wrestling with the devil. The devil's gonna give you thought, and you're gonna have an emotion about it. Then you're gonna have the action. I know I say this, but guess what? It's true. Work in yourself, look within, and you will see all of these things happen right in front of you. They're happening. This is a case by case scenario right now happening.
He could have asked for
Why was you at? Why couldn't he talk to you? Why couldn't he talk to you? Y'all were so close, right?
He doesn't have to just.
No, y'all were so close, right? Why couldn't he talk to you?
His mother. It could have been.
Because he had a hell of a conversation.
You can say that about.
He had a hell of a conversation with me about why he couldn't talk to you.
Oh.
Now, I gotta be honest with you guys. You know, my aim in this conversation is just to let it be known that the person in whom you are married to and you create a life with is the most important decision that you will ever make. It is literally the centerfold of everything that is connected to your life. That's your home life. Okay? So everything else bounces off of that. You can have, you know, kind of a situation at work where you don't have the best time, but if you have peace at home, you have peace. If you have a tumultuous relationship at home and everything is haywire at the house, it doesn't matter what you do anywhere else, you will not be truly happy or have full peace within you. You won't.
How can you have peace when there's God not? You can't have peace without God. You cannot have peace without God. And if you're looking for peace from your woman, you're not going to find that. Especially if she's not working on herself. You just need to work in yourself. Get peace. I can't say this with enough emphasis. Right? Forgive your mother and father. You will find peace. I guarantee you will find peace. And after you find that peace, your wife, the devil will come out of her. And you'll sit there and watch it. And you won't say a word to her. Because you will understand what is happening with every single person on this planet. Is the same thing that's happening within yourself. And because you look within, you now can see. Because your eyes have been open to the actual truth. And they portray women to be this nice, pretty things. No, they're evil. They're manipulating, they're controlling, they're crazy. They're insane. I'm telling you. I've dealt with a lot of crazy women in my fallen state. And now that I'm seeing, it's like, I'm glad I'm not even in those situations anymore, because man, it could have led to so many different things, right? But beauty, see how beautiful she is? But is she now? Is she? She's playing a role, man. She's playing a character to get what she wants. Understand this. You'll be able to see this coming from a mile away. Read your Bible. Work in yourself. Don't go look for a woman. When you look for a woman, the thought, oh, I need a woman. Because you're looking for mama's love. Mama's love that mama gave you when you were a kid. It's not real. No woman can give that to you. None whatsoever. Nada. Zero. None. You understand that? You'll be free. You'll be at peace. Because you're going to stop searching. If you're supposed to have a woman, God will give you a woman. Just like Adam in the Garden of Eden. Just like that. Like, oh, you need a woman. Let's give you a woman. He will add it on to you. But when you go search for it, you're going to find the devil.
And, you know, in this situation, just in my personal opinion, based on the way in which she's communicated, based on the things that she said with the taxes.
Ooh, the day after you had to pay his taxes? The day after my husband's passing, I was immediately having to take meetings about taxes, about contracts that were existing, and that he was at breach of contract. It's not stuff that could just go away because he's not with us anymore. It fell on me.
You know, and this is just my opinion, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, I believe that she's angry. Okay? I believe that the weird feelings that people are having behind, you know, whatever it is that she's doing, in my personal opinion, I believe that she's angry with him. There was a phone call, again, with, I think it was the brother or a friend that was released, and this is how she was communicating to the friend about her ex-husband.
You don't think that Stephen left. So when you say... What do you mean Stephen left? What do you mean Stephen left? Stephen would want the family to see his kids. He could have stayed. Don't say that. Oh. Don't say that. Don't say that. Yes, no, I'm allowed to. No, you ain't allowed to say no stupid shit. Also, the other side. You ain't allowed to say no stupid shit. What do you mean he could have stayed? He could have stayed and been a partner. What? He could still be helping fathering these children with me.
So with her verbiage, you know, making it known that this was his choice, this was his decision, this is what he did. You know, a lot of people are bashing her for it. Obviously, a lot of people are saying that, you know, she's wicked and she's evil and she's this and she's that.
Of course, she's wicked and
you know,
evil.
just in my very surface level opinion, because I feel like, you know, she's in a certain situation, in a certain wave, and she has to find her way out of that situation, and nobody else can inflict certain things or add certain details to this very touchy situation that we don't know much about. But I feel as though she is upset with him that he decided to make that decision, knowing or not caring about how it could affect everybody else. And I think that there's different levels of grief, right? It's you go through like the disbelief, you do go through the anger part, then you get over the anger and you go to understanding. I believe that she is in this anger part, and this is why.
There's none of that. There's none of those stages. People die, and that's what it is. The body dies. He is stuck in hell. He's stuck in hell, this guy, because he off himself. He's stuck. He's stuck in the hell that he was on earth, and he's stuck in it in the afterlife. Because you never die. Your body dies, but your spirit never died. And now he's stuck in the hell that he was on earth, and he's stuck in it afterlife. Because guess what? I'm going to keep it frank. The woman drive him to do this. I'm just going to say it how it is. Right? Don't sue me, okay? But I'm just saying, man, you couldn't even talk to her. That says a lot, right? You couldn't talk to her at home. But you shouldn't even talk to your woman because she's going to use it against you. That's how she wants to control you. So you tell her everything. So she knows every little thing and every little weakness that you have. So she can use it against you. But let's continue.
The book that she wrote probably should not have been written at this time. The campaign that she's been on, spreading information, I don't believe that it should have been done. I don't.
And so her writing this book and telling us all of these very personal things about him that, frankly, I'm a fan of Twitch and I didn't need to know. I don't know about her, but I didn't really need to know about all of this stuff. And for her to
ruined the man relationship.
I think that's the problem that I have.
You know, she had his whole family, you know, before they came to his viewing or his funeral, whatever the case is, she had his mother and his siblings, anybody close to him, sign an NDA before they could even attend the event.
Has been made about the NDA.
What?
The family was asked to sign an NDA, to go to the funeral, to have the wake. What is your take about this NDA?
The NDA made my brother's life and experiences pretty much intellectual property.
You know, obviously his mother is not happy about that. That's her child.
I don't know what you mean by intellectual property.
You know, there was also certain situations where they said that she changed her last name so quick on social media. She jumped into a new relationship. Like she, you know, why is it the day of the funeral and she's cleaning out his closet and taking his stuff out? Like,
hold on. Hold on. Go back a little bit.
A new relationship. Like she, you know, why is it the day of the funeral and she's cleaning out his closet and taking his stuff out? Like, you know, why is she so quick on trying to erase this situation? And I just feel, in my personal opinion, like I said, she's angry. She's angry he made this decision. She's angry now that she's having to pick up the pieces on her own. But you know, obviously she talked about the $1 million tax thing that she had to cover for him. And so she's having to pick up the pieces and find finances to be able to get herself out of, you know, debt in these certain ways, as well as take care of her children and maintain their lifestyle. I believe, again, like I said, she's upset. However, the consensus of all the people on the internet and on social media are you are exploiting this situation for financial
Definitely
gain.
she is.
And if that's your husband who you loved, you know, is that the right thing that you should be doing in this situation?
Because what do you mean that you went into his private journals you never read when he was alive? Because, you know, there's like a sanctity in the vulnerability of somebody journaling. And you're using that content that he wrote
Do you think she cares?
in earnest for himself as a coping mechanism to talk about his addiction and his mental health crisis.
His mom has come out.
They're looking at it so wrong. She just doesn't care. She's an evil person. And I don't even know why this guy off himself. I'm still trying to get the information a little. At least if I get a little bit, I'll be able to know. But I haven't gotten a little bit why the guy did it. But I kind of have my suspicion about it.
Said our family is absolutely appalled by the misleading and hurtful claims made about my son Stephen Boss. The recent publication spreading untruths about Stephen had crossed every line of decency. As his mother, I will not let these accusations go unanswered.
Okay, and again, I have to say it. You know, the spouse that you choose, it's very important that you watch all cues, right? You need to see how your spouse acts when they get angry, when they're upset, when things don't go their way, when you tell them no. You need to know all of those situations because that is how they're going to maneuver in all aspects when they're upset.
All I'm gonna say, you're dealing with a man, as a man, you're dealing with a woman, and she get upset and angry, and you're not married to her yet, you can leave the relationship. It's not gonna work, right? A woman, if you're working on yourself and you're with a man that's angry and mad and get upset easily, you're dealing with the mama spirit. And guess what? It's not gonna work. You better run. Because you're relying on each other for sustaining your feelings. And nothing good is gonna come from it. Nothing good. You're probably off yourself like this guy here because you can't deal with it. Or, you know, woman's gonna manipulate you and get what she wants and leave you and find another guy. It's gonna keep doing the same thing over and over because you're searching for love. There ain't no love, man. What the?
Right? Even in this situation, she's upset. Maybe she's putting way too much information, divulging way too much of his intimate details in the book, you know, because of her not thinking with maybe an empathetic place of mind. I don't know if that's the way she's thinking. I'm just saying, I didn't read the book, but according to all the people who did read the book and you know, give information on TikTok, they said this lady was absolutely wrong. And based on the information I heard, I don't believe it was right either.
I have been trying to release all this anger this whole time. I thought, if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I thought I'd release all the anger out towards Stephen. And I'm now learning that you're always going to have triggers. There's always going to be a moment where I get really sad or really angry or have a new thing I find out and get really confused.
I think that, you know, there has to be some level of secrecy,
she sounds crazy,
right? And privacy. And especially if you are in a relationship with your spouse and they are such a private person and people view them a certain way, I think that should be respected to the utmost, regardless of if they're here or not. My thought process in this situation is, you know, if it was the other way around and she is the one who did that, I don't know if he would be maneuvering the same exact way that she is. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it would seem. Based off of him being a private person and based off of him being a protective person, at least from what everybody around them is saying.
Man,
now, the
she's
thing
gonna
is,
make it
I
bad.
think that, you know, she's obviously in a space that she is between a rock and a hard place and she does need to make money. I believe that maybe it would have been a better situation if she just exposed how to get through the ebbs and flows. Or maybe how to, you know, find out how to navigate this new normal in her situation, how to cope, how to, you know, get through this. How maybe she could have got a TV show, right? We're giving TV show to Tia with divorce. You know, maybe she could have had a TV show in showing her trying to navigate her new normal, and maybe that would have been a different approach. I just believe that sometimes things can be done prematurely, and maybe if you're not in the right space and you're just doing it because you feel like you have to, I don't know if it's going to be received the same way. And again, somebody that she lived with and she exuding, certain,
No, this Friday night, I took a night run. You cannot.
inebriated of some sort and was fighting with police.
You've been unconscious on your flight. I am not unconscious. You were. Oh my.
She crazy. Though she crazy. She probably drive this guy to do what he did. She's yelling at the cops for no reason. What the?
This is insane. I was shocked. Can I talk to him? No, take your hands. You cannot touch my phone. We girl, what do you mean? The simple thing that we can establish that she is oriented enough to make rational decisions. I'm on the phone with my husband. I literally called my husband. I couldn't make rational decisions. I was able to call my husband. I clearly know.
Sounds like she's impaired.
Friday night, I took a night run. No, you don't take my phone. No, don't take my phone from me. No, that was true. Oh my God, Steven, no.
So again, this is leading people to believe.
Yo, what? Buddy, I hope all is well with you, but, you did your thing from what the Bible says, right? From what the Bible says, man. I wish you well. I really do wish you well, wherever you are. If you're stuck in hell, or maybe, God give you a little leeway, but I don't know. But I wish you well, man. Man, be careful of these women. Be very, very careful. And women, be very, very, very careful of these men. Because they have the spirit of mama in these men, and the women have the same spirit. And you, the man, need to find back your way to the Father. Find back your way so you can see these things. I can't tell you, since I've been working on myself, the crazy things I've been seeing. Crazy things. Especially with women. I just stay away from them. They crazy.
That, maybe she was the one who was not the most liked in social media, and he was the star, and now she's trying to tarnish his image and say, it was really me behind this thing. I don't know.
Manny Cross said, "Dear Allison, you have lied for the last time on my brother. He was absolutely no addict. You will say and do anything for $1. You are the one that was messing with. I have all the proof. Every person who know him knows you're lying and have been doing dirty crap for a long time. You're a toxic woman, and I truly believe he would still be alive had he not been married to you."
I don't know, guys. Again, my main point in this conversation is that
that was my theory, man. That was my theory. It's like Samson and Delilah, Samson have this great power. He was a great guy, strong, defender, da-da-da. And a beautiful woman, the snake, Delilah, came through. Flashed that pretty hair, got him mesmerized. And she would try to find his weakness so many times. And he would lie to her. And she would try things when he lied. And he didn't see the signs. You got to see the signs, man. Wake up! Stop looking at the beauty. Stop lusting after these women. Look at her for what she is. Evil. And you yourself, man, are evil too. We're all evil. We're all evil. But when you start working on yourself, find back your way to the Father, you'll see how really evil people are, especially the people that say they're Christians. But it doesn't mean because you said you're a Christian, God's going to forgive you and let you in the kingdom of heaven. You have to circumcise. I think that's the word. Circumcise. Not to be a real Jew, but circumcise the heart. Clean the heart and be reborn, right?
It's very important that you are with somebody and in a relationship with somebody, and you guys have in-depth conversations about things, and that in all aspects that you are respectful of that person. And this goes to even the living as well, right? Like if you're in a
Do we have long
About
more of this to go?
husband where the near
Man, I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. It's a long video. I don't want to go all because there's really a lot of in-depth stuff. But I started it. Might as well finish it. Let me know what you guys think.